When his ex-girlfriend called me, I almost didn't pick up. I didn't know her name, just a number with a Texas area code. Something told me to answer. She introduced herself quietly, said she hoped she wasn't crossing a line, said she'd been going back and forth about making this call for 2 months. I said, "Tell me." And she did. She said she dated him for 3 years. She said in the beginning he was wonderful, attentive, communicative, the kind of man who made you feel like the center of his world. She said about a year in, she started noticing gaps, unexplained evenings, emotional distance, the sense that she was being managed rather than loved. She said she found out through his email, a hotel confirmation for a night he told her he was visiting family. She confronted him. He cried. He begged. He promised it was a one-time mistake. She stayed. 6 months later, it happened again. Different woman, same pattern. She said, "I'm not calling to tell you what to do. I'm calling because I wish someone had called me." I stayed on the phone with her for 45 minutes, and everything she described, the emotional withdrawal, the carefully managed availability, the way he always had an explanation that felt just plausible enough, matched my last 3 months exactly. After we hung up, I sat very still. I thought about the recent weekend he said he was helping his buddy move, how he came home and went straight to shower, how he'd been emotionally unavailable but physically affectionate, like he was managing guilt with touch. I didn't confront him that night. I waited until I felt calm enough that my voice wouldn't shake. 3 days later, I said, "I got a phone call recently, from someone in Texas." His face changed instantly. Not confusion, recognition. He knew exactly who had called. He tried to minimize her, said she was unstable, said she couldn't let go, said everything she told me was exaggerated by bitterness. I said, "She didn't tell me what to think. She told me what she saw, and what she described matches what I've been feeling for months and excusing." He kept trying to discredit her, and that told me everything I needed to know, because an innocent man doesn't spend that much energy attacking the witness. I asked the question she had told me to ask. "Have there been others?" He went quiet. That quiet was her answer, confirmed. I thanked him for the time. I genuinely meant that. We'd had real moments, and I wasn't going to pretend otherwise. But I left. And later that evening, I texted the Texas number and said, "You were right. Thank you for calling." She replied, "I'm sorry it was true." That's the part that stayed with me. She wasn't triumphant. She was sorry. She understood exactly what it felt like to be on the other side of the truth. If a stranger called you to warn you about your partner, would you believe her or defend him? Comment, believe or defend?